Hello and welcome, my dear friend. I want to begin today's message by anchoring us in something timeless, something deeply spiritual. There's a beautiful scripture that says there is joy in the presence of the angels when one life turns back toward God. Luke 15:10. This scripture isn't just about a celebration in the heavenly realms when someone accepts Christ. It's about a celebration that happens every single time a soul makes a choice to turn back to God, not with grand gestures, not with fanfare, but in the quiet, personal moments where the real transformation occurs. I want you to understand something right from the start. The unseen realm, the spiritual world, is not distant. It is responsive. It is watching. It is listening. And right now, there's something specific you need to hear. Something I believe will bring clarity to your life today, not through drama, but through recognition and understanding. You see, I'm speaking to someone today who might feel like they've been walking through life unnoticed. Maybe you're in a season where things seem slow, where you're doing everything right, but aren't seeing the breakthrough you hoped for. You might be doing the hard work of transformation, but it feels like it's not making the impact you'd like to see in your life. But let me tell you this, my friend, heaven sees you. Angels are proud of you. Now, I know you might think that sounds a little strange. How could angels, beings that we often think of as far removed from the day-to-day, be proud of us? But the truth is, the angels are witnessing something about you that you may not even realize. They're watching your journey, your choices, and they're celebrating every victory. Not the kind of victories that are measured by applause or recognition, but the quiet victories. The kind of victories that happen when no one else is watching, but you choose to stand firm anyway. I want you to think about it for a moment. There have been moments in your life when you were at your breaking point, when everything inside you was screaming to give up, but you didn't. You kept going. Maybe it was a day when you were overwhelmed with stress and yet you chose peace. You chose kindness when bitterness could have easily crept in. Maybe there was a time when you wanted to speak out of anger, but you chose to stay silent instead, knowing that your peace was worth more than proving yourself. Or perhaps there was a moment when you didn't feel like getting up, didn't feel like facing the day, but you did anyway, and you gave God what you had left. You didn't feel like a hero, and you probably didn't see any immediate change, but I want you to know that these moments matter. Heaven measures things differently than we do. Those quiet moments, those small moments that no one else might notice, are the very ones that heaven celebrates. The angels are proud of you because they are not just witnesses to the grand events of your life, like your most significant achievements or the external milestones you've crossed. They are watching you when the lights are off and no one is around. They are witnessing your choices in private when no one is applauding and the world isn't watching. They see the battles you fought within yourself, the struggles you didn't share with anyone else. They see how you've managed to keep your peace, even when everything around you tried to steal it. They've seen you choose integrity, kindness, and patience, even when the world would have understood if you chose otherwise. And while others might not acknowledge those battles, the angels do. They see the resilience in you. They see the strength in your choices. This message is not about encouraging you as though you need to be convinced to keep going. No, this message is about recognition, a recognition that comes straight from heaven. You've been doing the right thing even when it was hard. You've chosen what is right over what was easy, what is peaceful over what would have made you feel justified, and what is good even when it meant walking alone. Heaven doesn't forget that, and neither should you. There are many who only respect what's visible, who only applaud when there's something to show, when there's proof of success. But heaven isn't like that. Angels don't need a trophy to see the effort you've put in. They are paying attention to the quiet, hidden choices, the times when you chose love over bitterness, when you chose forgiveness over grudges, and when you chose to stay true to your character, even when others may have failed to notice. Those moments matter. Those moments have weight in the spiritual realm. And that is why this message is a reminder for you today. You've been doing the hard work. You've been fighting battles that no one else may ever know about, and heaven recognizes it. Angels are proud of you not because you've made everything perfect, but because you've kept going. Because even in the darkest moments, you've chosen light. You've stayed faithful even when you didn't see the immediate results. Even when you didn't feel like you had the strength to continue, you did. And now, as you listen to this, I want you to understand that you are not alone. You are never alone. Heaven is with you. The angels are with you, and they are proud of the person you've become, someone who doesn't need recognition from others to keep moving forward, someone who does the right thing simply because it's right. And that, my friend, is something heaven values more than anything. So, as we continue this journey together, I want to invite you to reflect on these quiet victories. If this message resonates with you today, I encourage you to leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Let us know how you've experienced these moments of unseen strength in your own life. And if you believe this message will help someone else, share it with them. Someone out there needs to hear that their quiet victories are seen and celebrated. Let's keep encouraging each other to press on, knowing that the unseen world is celebrating our every choice that aligns with heaven's values. Stay encouraged. You are seen. You are valued. And heaven is watching with pride. When we think of angels, we often envision beings in grand, awe-inspiring moments, appearing in divine manifestations, performing miraculous feats, or being present at the most significant turning points in life. And while these beings are indeed involved in extraordinary moments, they are also deeply connected to the quiet, subtle decisions we make every day. What many don't realize is that angels are not just spectators of the loud, remarkable events of our lives. They are deeply aware of the smaller, quieter moments that define our true character. These unseen, seemingly insignificant choices are often where our true battles take place, and it is in these battles that the angels are watching us, not in judgment, but in recognition. The truth is, angels are acutely aware of the moments when we are fighting battles. No one else sees battles that occur in the silence of our minds and hearts. They are watching when you're faced with the decision to react in anger or to hold your tongue when the weight of the world feels heavy on your shoulders, yet you continue to show up and do the right thing. They see your restraint in the moments when no one is looking. They know the quiet struggles that no one else sees, and they recognize that the strength it takes to make the right choice in those moments is a powerful testament to who you are becoming. When you choose kindness over bitterness, forgiveness over resentment, or peace over conflict, you are engaging in a battle not against others, but against your own impulses, emotions, and habits. And it is in these very battles, the ones that never make headlines or even social media posts, that angels find cause to celebrate. They don't just witness your victories in grand gestures. They celebrate your victories in the quiet moments when you had every right to break down, give in, or lose yourself, but you chose to rise instead. It's easy to think that the most significant moments in life are the ones that everyone sees, the times we are rewarded, recognized, or celebrated. But heaven doesn't operate the way the world does. In the unseen realms, the angels know that the true measure of success is not based on how many people applaud us or how much we've achieved outwardly. Instead, heaven values the quiet choices we make when no one is watching. These are the moments when we choose to act with integrity, when we choose peace instead of chaos, when we choose love in the face of hatred. Heaven sees that, and it holds these quiet moments in the highest regard. Angels do not celebrate us only when the world claps. No, they are proud when we remain true to our core values, even when there is no external validation to push us forward. The world may praise us for the results, the accolades, and the finished products, But heaven measures success differently. While the world applauds the loudest wins, heaven honors the quiet wins. The moments of restraint when we wanted to lash out but didn't. The moments of personal growth that no one else witnesses. The choices that require us to swallow our pride, hold our tongues, and make decisions that are not always popular or easy, but are aligned with God's will for our lives. Heaven sees and values these things because they demonstrate a level of maturity that cannot be faked or manufactured. Heaven's value system is not one that looks at outward appearances. It does not measure success by the size of our bank accounts, the number of followers we have, or the accolades we've received. No, heaven values what is happening deep within us in the quiet spaces where the real work is done. Heaven sees how we react when things don't go our way, how we treat others when they don't treat us well, and how we handle hardship when no one is watching. These are the moments that form the foundation of our spiritual maturity, and the angels are watching, taking note and celebrating these victories. It's in these moments of quiet spiritual growth that angels are particularly proud of us. Angels recognize spiritual maturity when we choose the right path, even when no one will ever know the difference. They celebrate when we take the high road, even if it means sacrificing our own desires, comfort, or pride. And most importantly, they cheer when we make the hard decisions to grow spiritually, even when it feels like we're walking alone. The angels know that true spiritual maturity is not about achieving perfection or never failing. It's about being faithful to the journey, even when it feels like the progress is slow or invisible. It's about showing up every day and making the choice to walk in peace, love, and integrity, even when it feels like no one is paying attention. It's about choosing to forgive when bitterness would be easier, choosing to let go of the past when it hurts, and choosing to trust God when all we can see is the uncertainty ahead. In fact, some of the most spiritually mature people are the ones who have spent years quietly fighting battles that no one else sees. They are the ones who have learned to walk in grace, to speak words of kindness, and to make choices that reflect their deep love for God and others. These battles don't happen on the grand stage. They happen in the quiet moments, in the decisions that are made behind closed doors when no one is watching but God and the angels. And it's in these moments that angels recognize your strength and resilience. They know that you are becoming more like Christ, and that is the victory that heaven celebrates. There's something deeply profound about the idea that heaven values these quiet internal battles. The world may measure success by how much we can accumulate, how much we can accomplish, or how much attention we can garner. But heaven looks at the heart. It looks at the decisions we make when it's just us and God, when we are faced with the choice to act in love or in anger, in peace or in chaos. It looks at the strength it takes to choose forgiveness over bitterness, to choose patience over frustration, and to choose humility over pride. And in these moments, the angels are proud. They are watching and they are cheering you on because they know the cost of these choices. They know that each time you choose peace over chaos, you are fighting a battle that requires incredible strength. They know that each time you choose love over hatred, you are growing in ways that will echo through eternity. They understand that each quiet victory is shaping you into the person you were created to be. So when you feel like no one is noticing your efforts, when you wonder if anyone sees the sacrifices you've made or the growth you've achieved, remember that heaven is paying attention. The angels see you. They see your growth, your transformation, and the battles you've won in private, and they are proud of you. More than you realize, heaven is celebrating your quiet victories, the victories that are shaping you into the person you are meant to be. As we continue this journey together, I want to encourage you to take heart in the knowledge that your efforts are not in vain. Your choices matter. They are being noticed. Heaven sees your growth even when it feels like the world doesn't. The angels are watching you, cheering you on, and recognizing the powerful transformation that is taking place within you. Keep going. Keep making those quiet, powerful choices, because every step you take toward becoming more like Christ is a victory that heaven celebrates. If you feel encouraged by this message, I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share how these quiet battles are shaping your life. And if you know someone who needs to hear this message, don't hesitate to share it with them. Together, we can remind each other that our quiet victories are seen and celebrated in the heavenly realms. Keep pressing on. Heaven is with you every step of the way. As you walk this journey of spiritual growth, you may notice something happening inside you, a subtle yet profound shift. It's the kind of change that doesn't make loud announcements or demand recognition, but it is no less important. There is a sharpening of discernment that begins to take root. Things that once held your attention or pulled at your emotions no longer carry the same weight. You begin to see things more clearly, not just the world around you, but also the deeper truths about yourself, your relationships, and your life. There's a quietness that begins to settle within, and with it, a greater sense of clarity and peace. The change in you. As you continue to grow spiritually, you may feel a shift that doesn't always feel like an obvious transformation. It's not about suddenly becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you were meant to be. This shift happens quietly, almost imperceptibly at first, but its effects are profound. It's like a fine-tuning process where the noise and distractions of life become less influential and the things that used to drain you lose their power. As you become more attuned to God's presence in your life, you start to recognize what truly matters and what doesn't. The things that used to easily upset you or pull your attention away from your purpose no longer seem as important. You begin to let go of the things that were never meant to be a part of your journey, and in doing so, you create space for greater peace, clarity, and focus. This change is not just a matter of removing external distractions, it's also about an inner transformation that quiets the noise within. Your mind begins to still, your heart begins to find rest. You become less reactive and more responsive, responding with wisdom and discernment instead of knee-jerk reactions. The distractions of the world, the demands of people, and the constant pressure to do more or be more no longer hold the same power over you. You are learning to walk in a quiet strength, a strength that comes from knowing who you are and whose you are. The discernment that grows within you gives you the ability to navigate life with a calmness that once seemed elusive. You begin to understand that your peace is not something to be sacrificed or bargained for. It is something to be guarded and protected. And as your discernment sharpens, so does your ability to stay rooted in that peace no matter what's happening around you. Eternal work being done. Even if you haven't yet seen the external results of this transformation, I want to remind you that there is something far more significant happening beneath the surface. While the world often values the tangible, the visible, and the immediate, God is working on something eternal inside of you. Heaven is aware of the work that is being done in your heart, and though it may not be visible to others, it is far more valuable and lasting than anything the world can offer. The quiet shifts, the small decisions to resist the temptations that once overtook you, the deep internal battles you've won in the hidden places. All of this is building something eternal. What you are experiencing is not random. The internal work God is doing in you has a purpose. It's the work of shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for the future that awaits. Heaven is not unaware of your progress. While the world may judge you based on what you can show, heaven sees the work of transformation that's happening deep within your spirit. It's in the private moments when no one is looking that the eternal work is happening. When you choose peace over anger, patience over impatience, or forgiveness over bitterness, you are building something that will last far beyond any temporary external achievements. These quiet moments of internal growth might feel insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but in the eyes of heaven, they are monumental. The internal transformation you are experiencing is the most valuable work being done in you. It is the foundation for everything that will come next in your life. So even if you're not seeing the outward changes you've been praying for or hoping for, know that God is working. He is doing the deep, eternal work that will stand the test of time. And when the time is right, that work will bear fruit in ways you can't yet imagine. You may have moments of doubt where it feels like nothing is changing. You might wonder if your efforts are in vain. But I want to remind you, God is not in a hurry. He is patient and intentional, and the work He is doing in you is far more important than any outward appearance of success. In fact, the lasting transformation that God is creating in your life is far greater than anything that can be measured by the world's standards. It's an eternal work, a work that will shape not just your present, but your future as well. The power of endurance. Along this journey, you may have faced moments of hardship, of weariness, or of overwhelming pressure. Life hasn't always been easy. There have been days when you felt like giving up, when you wondered if all the effort was worth it, or if you were even on the right path. But let me tell you this, the angels are proud of you not because life has been easy, but because you have endured. It's not the absence of hardship that earns you heaven's recognition. It's your ability to press on in the midst of it. Endurance is not just about surviving the tough times. It's about remaining steadfast, faithful, and true to your purpose when everything around you is trying to pull you away. It's about choosing to keep walking when you feel like turning back. It's about keeping your heart soft and open, even when you've been hurt or misunderstood. The angels recognize this endurance. They see the battles you fought quietly in your heart and mind. They see the times when you wanted to give up, but you chose to keep going anyway. They see the strength in your soul that doesn't rely on circumstances, but on a deep, abiding faith that carries you through. And here's the beautiful part. This endurance is building something lasting. Every time you choose to press forward to keep walking in faith, despite the obstacles, you are creating a legacy of strength and resilience that will last long after the difficulties are over. The endurance you are building now will not only sustain you in the future, but it will also equip you to help others who are walking similar paths. You are building something in your life that will not fade away. The quiet strength you are cultivating is not just for you. It's for those who will come after you, who will look to your example and draw inspiration from your perseverance. And as you continue to endure, know this: heaven sees every step. Heaven sees the sacrifices you've made, the struggles you've faced, and the quiet victories you've won. And heaven is proud of you. The angels are cheering you on because they know the value of endurance. They know that this quiet strength is not just about surviving, it's about becoming the person God intended for you to be. You may not always feel strong. You may not always see the impact of your endurance. But I want you to hold on to this truth. Your endurance is shaping you into someone who can carry the blessings and responsibilities that are coming your way. God is building in you a strength that will stand the test of time, a character that will not be shaken by life's challenges, and a spirit that will continue to soar higher as you keep walking in faith. So continue on knowing that every step you take in endurance is a step towards something lasting, something eternal. As you continue to walk this journey of growth, I want to offer you a word of reassurance. The path ahead, though it may still hold challenges, will not demand that you sacrifice your true self or your peace. So much of life's struggles come from feeling like we need to fight for our place, to bend ourselves to fit into spaces that do not nurture us or honor the person we are becoming. But the truth I want you to embrace today is this: what's coming next will not require you to shrink or compromise. It will not force you to twist yourself into shapes that drain you, that exhaust you, or that strip away your soul. The work you have done quietly, faithfully, is preparing you for a time when you will no longer have to fight to belong or to prove your worth. The peace that you feel now, the quiet shift within you, is not emptiness. It is space, a sacred space where God is clearing away the clutter, the distractions, and the confusion to make room for something better. In the stillness you've been experiencing, don't mistake it for stagnation or failure. It's not that you are missing something or that your prayers haven't been heard. This stillness, this calmness is part of the preparation process. God is giving you room to breathe, to process, and to align your spirit with what's coming next. He is preparing environments for you, spaces where you will thrive, where you won't have to fight to fit in, and where the work you've put in will come to fruition in ways that align with who you are becoming. What's coming next will feel different. It will feel like peace instead of panic, like confidence instead of fear, and like clarity instead of confusion. You won't be chasing after it. It will find you because you've been becoming the person who can carry it not by your own strength, but because you've allowed God to shape you into someone who is ready for the blessings He has prepared. It's also important to recognize the unseen role of the angels in this process. Throughout your journey, they have been there not just observing, but actively participating. The angels are not passive observers in your life. They have been working alongside you, recognizing the growth you may not even see in yourself. Heaven's recognition, though quiet and subtle, is powerful. Every moment of endurance, every choice to hold your peace instead of reacting every time you chose forgiveness over bitterness, every act of kindness that didn't make the headlines, heaven saw it, and heaven celebrated it. The angels have been with you, watching as you've made small but significant strides in your spiritual maturity. They see the unseen work that has been happening within you. And now, as you step into this next season, you can rest assured that heaven has been preparing you for it. There's something profound about knowing that the angels are active participants in your journey. They are not just witnessing your struggles, they are partnering with God to help you navigate them. When you have felt weak, they have been there strengthening you in the unseen realm. When you have felt misunderstood, they have been there lifting you up in ways you couldn't always perceive. They have been rooting for you not because of the outcomes, not because of the external results, but because of the person you've become in the process. And now, as you stand on the threshold of something new, know this: the angels are not just proud of you for what you've endured, they are proud of you for who you've become. And heaven is prepared to honor that. As you step forward, remember this: the quiet shifts you've experienced, the internal changes that no one may have seen, are preparing you for the peace that is coming. You are not just going through the motions, you are becoming. And what's coming next won't require you to betray your authenticity or your peace. It won't demand that you sacrifice your integrity or your joy. What's coming next will be a direct result of the work you've already done, the quiet battles you fought, the growth you've achieved, and the lessons you've learned in the stillness. So stay steady. Trust that God is in the midst of everything happening around you, even in the silence. The quiet that you've been experiencing is not emptiness. It's the space where God is doing His deepest work in you. And the peace you are feeling now is the space where the next chapter of your life will unfold, a chapter that is not rushed, that is not filled with anxiety or uncertainty, but one that flows from the steady foundation you've been building. I want to offer you some final encouragement. What's coming next will align with who you've become, not who you used to be. The person who has been transformed in the quiet moments, the person who has learned endurance, patience, and inner strength, that person is ready for what's next. And as you step into that new season, I want you to remember that it will not feel like a battle. It will feel like an alignment. It will feel like peace and clarity. And you will recognize it immediately, not because angels will announce it with trumpets, but because your spirit will resonate with it. It will fit, and you will know deep in your soul that you were made for this moment. You might not have all the answers right now. You might not see the full picture, but I encourage you to trust that the space you're in right now is part of the preparation. The stillness you've been feeling is God's way of ensuring that you're ready for what's ahead. And I want you to hold on to this truth. What's coming next will meet you in peace, not panic. It will meet you in confidence, not fear. It will meet you in clarity, not confusion. God is not rushing you. He is preparing environments that will support your growth and will allow you to thrive. So, as we close today, I want to invite you to reflect on what's been shared. The angels have been with you, cheering you on every step of the way. The growth that's been happening in the quiet spaces of your life is not unnoticed. Heaven is celebrating you, and what's coming next will be a reflection of everything you've endured and everything you've become. If you found value in this message, I encourage you to leave a comment below. Share your thoughts, your experiences, and how this message resonates with you. If you know someone who needs encouragement, please share this message with them. Together we can continue to grow, knowing that heaven is with us, guiding us, and celebrating every step of our journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more encouragement. Continue walking your spiritual journey with confidence, knowing that the best is yet to come. What's next will align with who you've become, and it's going to be beautiful. Keep going. Peace is ahead.